Hi, welcome back. This is Gabriel Jimenez with Gateway Wholesale Homes, and today in Module 5, I'm going to be showing you how to uh, up how to upload or create advertising for Craigslist, BackPage, FlipNerd, and MyHouseDeals.com. Currently, these are four of the classified sites that we advertise to our cash or to generate cash buyers. The process is pretty simple in all of these. This procedure will actually follow the creation of the one-page web page as well as the one-page email marketing piece that you're going to be learning how to create in modules 1 and 2. So again, as modules 1 and 2 are completed, and we go to advertise or to do our classified advertisement, here are the steps you're going to be taking to do that. Again, today we're going to be learning how to upload to Craigslist. This is what the Craigslist website looks like. I'll be giving you access with username and passcodes to access our account. The next website you'll be learning is Backpage. Again, this is very similar to Craigslist. Once you see it once, it's pretty easy to get the hang of it. Next, we're going to be looking at MyHouseDeals.com. I'll show you how to upload our properties and the information on this website. And then the last one, we're going to be looking at FlipNerd. Again, I will be sending you all the URL links to these websites. When you do get them, I encourage you to save them in your bookmarks folder on your internet browser so that they're easier to access. All right, so let's start out with Craigslist. When you go to Craigslist homepage, you're going to go up here to where it says Post Classifieds. Just click on the Post Classifieds. You're going to, at this point, log in over here on the top right-hand section. The login credentials were provided. You're going to be using the Gabe J at gatewaywholesalehomes.com. Password has been provided as well. You log in. We're going to be selecting the button that says Housing Offered. Click Continue. Then you're going to go down to Real Estate by Broker. And then you have to choose the button I will abide by these guidelines right here. We're going to select this. Now here's where you can go directly into your into uploading the ad and creating the ad. So you're always going to check off by phone. You're going to input our office number, which is 610-713-8453. You're going to put the contact name as Gabe or Gabriel Jimenez. That's me. Posting title. This title is going to be the same title that you will see in your Excel sheet when I send it over to you. The Excel sheet, remember, looks like this. Over here in web page and email marketing details, over in column X that I've just highlighted, it's entitled Email Campaign Subject Line Title. Whenever you're going to be creating a title for a particular property, this is generally where I will tell you what that title needs to be across all of the advertising media that we're going to be doing. So in this particular case, let's say that it said Investor Special. Handyman Special. Location, you're going to know whatever city, or actually you're going to take it from the neighborhood section. Where you're going to find that again is on your Excel spreadsheet in column N, like Nancy. This is the actual, it says county, but this is the actual neighborhood. I will switch this so that it says neighborhood. In this case, we're just going to choose one that's in here. We're going to choose Willow Grove. You're going to put the postal zip code. Again, the postal zip code will be found in column O, right here. This is the postal zip code. So whatever's in here next to the property you're working on, you want to put that number directly in here. In this case, let's just write zip code 19111. In the posting body, now in Module 1, you learned how to create a web page for this particular property we're working on. Now, what you want to do is also in Module 1, you learned why it's important to save those web page URLs into a folder on your desktop so you can refer back to them easy. That way you can input the URL links where you need them just by cutting them out of the address bar. So I'm going to go to one of my deals. I should have opened, let me go back. I'm going to go to a different page. I'm going to go and open up one of our deals in this tab. I'm going to cut and paste. Okay, I don't need to cut and paste it yet, but look, right now, let's go back to this. The information got deleted, so I'm gonna re-put it back in here. We're gonna put in Willow Grove. We're gonna put in a zip code. Up here, it's gonna be phone number. It's gonna be the 610-713-8453. There's no extension. The contact name is Gabe Jimenez. Now in the posting body section, this is where we just were. Down here in this section here, all you're going to do is go to the page that you created and you're going to cut and paste a few sections directly from the website. What you're going to do is you're going to take it from the dollar amount of instant equity down to the retail price. You're going to press Control C, and then you'll come back over to Craigslist and you will press Control V like Victor. Paste that right in there. The other portion you're going to cut and paste is this. The 3 most recently sold comps. You're going to take the whole section, Control C like cat, and you're going to space it and then press Control V as in Victor. Down here, you're going to enter any information that is pertinent that you can find off of your web page. For instance, where it says foot squared, that's square footage, you're going to take that directly from this section right here, 1224. So you would write right here, 1224. The price, you can take that directly off of here. The price is 132,600. You're going to write 132,600. Available on, you want to write the date that it is today, the date that you're posting this ad out, so it's available immediately. March 1st, 2016. The amount of bedrooms, you're going to take that from the website too. It is 3 bedrooms, as you can see right here. Amount of bathrooms, and this one had 1.5. Again, you can see that right here on the web page. Open house dates, we'll leave that blank. Under housing type, you want to switch this from apartment and write house, because we do not sell apartments, we sell houses. The rest of the information, you can leave it blank in the posting details. Now on show maps, you want to put the address in here. So in this case, it would be 7403 Belden. In this example, Philadelphia, PA. The reason why you want to put the address in here is because it will show up on Google Maps when a person searches for the property. All right, Philadelphia. Then you want to, you do not want to check OK for others to contact you about other services, products, or commercial interest. We do not want that checked. Then you're just going to press continue. It will show you where your property is located. You can just press continue again. This next page is where you're going to add images. You're going to click on the Add Images tab. You are going to go directly into the Dropbox, the Gateway Wholesale folder. You are going to find the deal you're working on. In this case, you would be going through the REO Offers tab. You would be either choosing HUD bids, MLS bids, or REO bids. Your folder that you're currently working on should be in one of these folders. If it's not, the only other folder it will be in will be Active Deals, which is right here. But I will usually tell you which folder it's in, or you'll be able to just look in there and find the folder that you're working on. So my deals are in Active Deals, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to find this one. There's a folder in here called Photos. That's where we're going to upload all of the property photos. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in here. You're going to choose a handful of photos. You want to make sure you pick pictures of the front, just one picture of the front, as many pictures of the kitchen and the separate rooms that you can get. If you notice that there is a outstanding feature such as a fireplace or a nice arched doorway or a another feature to the home, you want to make sure to choose that picture as well. And you want to make sure you have pictures of the exterior back of the property too, and maybe a picture of the property, the land, or a deck. The reason why I'm going to leave it somewhat up to your discretion here is because there's only but so many pictures you can select and choose. I think it's like, I'm not, let me see, I'm not really sure. Oh, okay, never mind. It says it's a maximum of 24 pictures. You can actually upload all the pictures that would be in that file if you have 24 of them. Just be sure not to pick duplicates. So let me go back to the folder and just pick a few so you can see how that's done. We're going into photos. We're just going to select a few. Here are all of the pictures being uploaded. When you are done uploading pictures, you would click Done at the bottom of the screen. Then it's going to let you review your ad. Here's a review of the ad. This looks good. All of the pertinent information is in here. When you're all done, you're going to go down to this button right here and click Publish. Now, I am not going to publish this one. This was just for an example. I already did this one, so this house is actually closing shortly, so this one is not going to be advertised again. That is how you publish an ad on Craigslist. If you ever needed to edit the posting, there is a tab up here on the top left that says Edit Post. You can also edit the location and you can also edit images. If you were to edit post, you would simply go and click the Edit Post button. You would change or make whatever corrections you need to as far as grammar or typos, and then you would come to the bottom and press Continue again. When you want to view the post on Craigslist, after you click publish, they will send you a link. You can review it there. And when all this is done, you will be letting me know that you, of course, did publish this. Now, in the accounts section in our Craigslist account, if you go back to the front page, under where you clicked Post to Classifieds, there's a My Account tab. This My Account tab will let you manage. Um, let's see here. So you would find the property that you're currently working on here. It would say status. It would say either active. It would be in green. These have been deleted because they've already been. We've already worked on these. But this is where you would go in here and manage any of the work that you're working on. Here is the one. I believe this is the one we're working on right now. Yeah, March. That looks like this one. That we were working on, but we're not going to be again publishing this one. So here's that. We're going to get out of Craigslist and we're going to go to BackPage. BackPage is the second classified website that we'll be using to upload our ads. It's very similar. You're going to go to BackPage. Here is the home page of BackPage. When you simply click over here, you will be able to, over here meaning the three lines on the top left-hand side next to the word BackPage. When you click on that, you'll be able to log in. So it's going to say My Account. You simply log in with the account credentials I gave you. You can click Remember Me so it can remember you when you come back and click Log In. All right. You're going to go to back, press it on the back arrow. You're going to get back to the main page again. Actually, what I do when I want to get back to the main page is I generally click on the logo. In this case, it says backpage.com. It's going to bring you to the front page, which says Post Ad. You're going to post local ad. You're going to go down to Philadelphia, or excuse me, the United States. If I can find it. Here we go. It's the top one. You're going to go down to Pennsylvania, and you're going to post it in Philadelphia. This is the closest city to where we are. You're also going to go back here and when the next screen opens, click Real Estate for Sale. Then you're going to choose a category. It's going to be Homes for Sale. Choose a location on the next screen is going to be Philadelphia. The title, here's where you write your ad. The title, again, you're going to take it directly from your Excel spreadsheet from column X. So whatever that would be, you type it in here, half price house, investor handyman special. The description, you're going to go back to the same web page. You're going to highlight exactly what you did on the Craigslist ad from where it says the amount of instant equity down to the amount of the retail price. You're going to cut and paste it directly back into the description. Price, again, you're going to find this directly off of your web page ad too, 132,600. The location, you'll find that right here on your Excel sheet. Again, that is going to be column N like Nancy where it says county. You're going to put in your county there. Bedrooms, in this case, I recall that it had 3. To create a map link, you're going to put the address in. So 7403 Belden Street. You're going to put the zip code. And also the email address, which is my email address. Actually, anywhere that it is asking you for an email address, you want to put mine in because this way I know that they actually got posted. I'm not really sure if you can put multiple email addresses in here. You may want to play with that, but I like to just be able to log that the actual ads have went out. You will be able to check just simply by going into the My Account area and following up on that yourself. You also want to check off the box where it says forward email responses to me. That is already checked off or should be. You want to leave it that way. Mobile notifications, you can leave blank. Display options, yeah, is checked off. Yes, show links to my other postings. And then you want to go to the point where you're going to add images, maximum 12 images in this one. So you're going to choose the images directly from your Dropbox folder. I'm just going to choose a couple here. I'm going to press open. They're going to process. If you see any duplicates, you can remove them right here. You're going to click choose images. All right. Or excuse me, you already clicked choose images. You're going to scroll down all of this where it says upgrades. All of this, you can leave this blank. You do not want to choose any of this. You do not want to mark auto post, repost ad. You do not want to mark or check off sponsor ad. And you do not have a promo code. Simply next, you're going to press continue. At this step, you are 2 steps of 4 steps done. You are going to review the ad down here. Again, you want to, one thing I forgot to tell you to put in the body of this, where it says 72,000 instant equity, this body portion, you want to make sure you're also cutting and pasting the amount of comps or the recent comps. So I would put this directly in my ad too. In fact, I could go back up here and click edit ad because I missed it. And I would space it apart and put it in there. Everything else, you can just go back down to continue at the bottom of the screen again. Okay, you want to check off the box, I am not a robot, and then you want to click the right here, and then you want to click the place ad now. Once you click that place ad now, you will be sent a link where you can review the ad. Again, in BackPage. Generally, in order for these ads to go live, you would have to wait about 15 minutes before the websites will update themselves. Once you're done this, you are finished this ad and you would go on to the next if you have another one. But then you will just go back to my account and you will log out. You're going to log out of all of the accounts after you're done, just so I can get into them if I need them. Okay, next we're going to go on to MyHouseDeals.com, and we are going to see how to upload a property on this site. This one's pretty easy as well. You're going to go up in the top right-hand corner. You're going to log in as a member. You would have already been granted the username and access codes. You're going to use that to enter and put a check marks and keep me logged in. That way the computer will remember you and it will save your user and password credentials. You're going to click login. Up on the top right-hand portion of the taskbar, you're going to find where it says post a property. That's right here. You're going to click it. And then you're simply going to fill this area out right here. It walks you through how to post a property. What you're going to do in this area is you're going to, investment area would be Philadelphia. Headline, again, you're going to take the headline directly off from column X in your Excel sheet. In this case, let's just say huge equity, whatever we have in there. Property type, you're going to pick a single family house. Part of town, again, you're going to go back to column N as in Nancy. You're going to, where it says county, that's the part of town. So you're going to pick whatever city or town is in there. Then you're going to put the actual address. In this case, it's 7403 Belden. I keep doing that with the caps lock. Belden Street. You're going to put the city, Philadelphia, the state, Pennsylvania, the zip code. You're going to put the amount of bedrooms, which is 3, the amount of bathrooms, which is 1.5, the amount of garage. I think in this case we have 0 car garage, so we're going to leave it as NA for not applicable. Estimated after repair value. That is directly on this spreadsheet over here as well. If you look at column T as in Tom, it says after repaired value. This is the same column. You'll be putting whatever number in here over in this column right here after estimated repair value. Incidentally, this is the same column T, that you're going to be grabbing the information off of that you are using to create your to know what the estimated retail value is in Module 1 when you're building your web page. Estimated cost of repairs. This one I generally put a number of about 40,000. You can, you know what, I will probably add another column into this spreadsheet so that it is updated to have an estimated cost of repairs note added. That way you will not have a question. It will definitely be sitting in the section over here on your Excel sheet that says web page email marketing details. I'm going to add another column right next to it that says what the estimated cost of repairs is, because that's what's asking us right here. I will generally know what that column is based on my calculations. I will fill that, have that added to you for you. The asking price, this is where you're going to put what our asking price is. Our asking price, again, on your spreadsheet is in column S as in Sam. It says, again, for sale asking price. This is what we're trying to sell it for. Flexible on the price, you always want to write yes here. Okay. So we're going to click yes. Asking price in this case was 300. Let's say, I don't remember what it was, but let's just say it was 300,000. Is the property actively for sale on the MLS? I will let you know. Usually the answer is yes. You want to choose yes if at all possible. When the next box opens, it's going to ask you what role do you play. You would simply click off I have the property under contract to buy, and then it's going to ask you what is the asking price on MLS. That can be found right here in column I as in igloo. That's where you want to take this, the ask price, and just put it right down here in this box. So in this case, let's just say it was 250. Now, how did you arrive at the ARV? Please be specific. This is this is going to usually be the same answer every single time. I generally will just type the same thing in. The ARV means after repaired value. So it says, how did you arrive at the after repaired value? Please be specific. Include such items as street addresses and sale of comps. What I generally write here is very simple. I simply will write, we averaged out the three most recent comps that sold in the area within the past 3 months. And then I will say, I keep messing up on the word though. Then I'll say, please see below. And all I'll simply do here is I will go back to my web page up here that we're referencing, and I will cut and paste what the three comps were. I'll put it in underneath and just paste it. So there we go. Then I will say CMA for comps are available upon request. You always want to put this in here. The reason why is in Module 1, I showed you how to upload the CMA. It was going to be directly in the Dropbox when you are creating this link right here on your web page. It says download comps here. CMA stands for Comparative Market Analysis. This is what we can send them. It's just a report that shows how we came up with this retail price right here of 205. 200 that I'm circling with the mouse. This is what the after repaired value is. This is what we are working on in this section. The next area, you're going to type the property description. You're simply going to go back into your web page. You're going to copy, cut, and paste directly in here. Description of repairs. I want you to simply take it out of this description area. This description area will generally, what I will say is, or you can cut and paste or copy the same description that I'm going to state. Property needs a full one over. And every surface should be touched. And then I say, I start a new sentence, and then I will say kitchen, bathrooms, new flooring, new windows, and then comma, overall TLC. TLC means tender loving care. That just means you're just going to have to overall give it some elbow grease, put some attention into this house. How to access the property. Here we're going to write lockbox, codes provided if you are accompanied by a realtor, or call to schedule a showing. We cannot give someone a lockbox code unless they're a real estate agent or a general contractor. So I like to put this clause in there so that it protects us. Again, you're just going to write in here, lockbox codes provided if you are accompanied by a realtor, or call to schedule a showing. So that's always going to be in this box. Over here, other comments about this deal, you're going to write anything else that may be applicable. If you don't hear anything from me specific on this, you can leave this section blank. Here's where you're going to upload your photos. Again, you're going to grab this from the Dropbox. These open up individually. You're going to just grab, you can only grab about 6 pictures, so choose them sparingly. You always want to include the front of the house, a picture of the kitchen, the living room, maybe the master bedroom, the bathroom, and the rear of the property as well. So then once you are done uploading, you will it asks you, I would prefer that buyers contact me via. You always want to click phone. I want them to call. I do not want them to email me about these properties. Also, optional email blast service sell your property twice as fast. You're going to leave this alone. We will not be paying for additional services from this vendor. The last thing you're going to do is submit property for approval. That's this button down here. You're just going to click it. Once you have done that, this property has been submitted to MyHouseDeals for approval to advertise on this classified site. Once you are done, you are going to log out. Okay, the last one we're going to upload to is flipnerd.com. Again, you have been sent username and passcodes. You're simply going to come to this home screen. You're going to press log in. Log in will take you to the next screen, and it looks like this. Let's see. Let me go back to the home screen. The home screen may look like this when you first get it. What you want to do is you want to click on the little blue and black, the little blue box with the black arrow in it next to pricing and features in the top right hand corner. When you click on this, it will come to it'll bring in an opening where you can click on My Properties. You want to click on uh, My Properties. When you come here, you will see my properties list, my listed properties. There will be a plus sign in a green circle. Says if you hover over it, it'll say, or you just know this is where you will add a property. So when you want to click on this button, and then list a new property screen will come up under property type. You are going to click wholesale. Under street address, you're going to put the street address in here. In this case, it's 7403 Belden Street. We've been working on that one. Now let's 19020. Again, the zip code can be found on your spreadsheet in column O, right here. The city is going to be in the address. It's going to be in column, on your spreadsheet, column C is in cat. It will have the whole address here, 7403 Belden Street. That is the name of the street. There will be a city and a state. It will say something like Philadelphia, and then it will have PA, the two initials, PA for Pennsylvania. Then it will be that will be the city and the state. You will enter here under city and state. The price, again, you're going to take this price directly off of your web page. We've been working on this. Let's say the price is $132. You're going to write $132. Estimated repair value, again, that's going to be found in column T on your spreadsheet. Right here, estimated repair value, whatever this is, you're going to put it right in there. Estimated repairs, again, this number right here is going to be the same number that I will put a column in here so that you know what the estimated repairs will be. I'm going to add that to your spreadsheet. You're going to put that right in here. The number of let's say it was 23,000. The number of bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. The number of bathrooms, in this case it was 1.5. It is 0 car garages. Square footage, again, we saw on our website, square footage here is 1,224. You're going to put that in here. The square footage source, it's asking you where is the square footage source. You always want to write tax records, click tax records on there. Year built, I believe you can leave this one blank. Or if you have to put something in there, just say 1980. I'd rather leave it blank. Let's just see if we can do it by leaving it blank. Describe your property. So you're going to be, again, cutting and pasting it from the amount of instant equity. I'm going to be pasting it directly back into describe your property. You're going to go back in there and you're going to grab the comps now. You're going to cut those and paste them directly into your ad. Property status, you're always going to write available. When you do update this, when I ask you to update this, this is where you can update it to under contract or sold. That's why we don't keep getting called on this property if it's already sold. Upload photos, that's the next portion. Again, you're just going to simply take the photos you're going to upload. We're just going to upload a handful here so you see. It pulls them all right here. Upload additional documents. If there are any other additional documents to be uploaded, we'll talk about that, or I will tell you specifically. And then you simply want to do, you want to check this box down here. By checking this box, I agree to FlipNerd's terms and conditions. It says save and preview. And here is our preview. Shows it on the map. where it is. It shows the pictures. It has the description. It has all of the property info that you just input. You simply are going to come down here. Either you're going to re-edit it by click keep editing, or you're going to publish the property. When you press publish property, that's what I want you to do. It will give you a confirmation that your property has been published on FlipNerd. Then again, you can go into here and you can manage the account and make sure everything is up to date. Well, once you are done, you're going to go back up into the blue box. You're going to click log out. And that way, again, I can get into it when I need to. You have successfully learned how to upload to our classified sites, Craigslist, BackPage, MyHouseDeals, and FlipNerd.com. If you have any questions, please always feel to encourage to reach out to me. I've done this hundreds of times, and I can walk you through it very easily. Thank you again for taking the time to learn these modules. I encourage you to master them as best you can. And as the success of you being able to do this is tied very much into my success as a company. So thank you again, and I look forward to speaking with you in the next module.